Oh, I was about to say let's start on a lighter note, but it's not really a lighter note. The Women's World Cup
Ah,
didn't
man.
happen for us.
That was a tough watch, that last 20 minutes, man.
So since our last episode, we've had Australia losing to England,
Let's pile it on, mate.
uh,
Pile it on.
Spain beating Sweden, then for third and fourth, Australia versus Sweden, we lost 2-0 to Sweden. And then in the final, Spain has become only the second team to win both the men's and the women's World Cup in history, along with Germany.
And the funny thing is, that's only this century as well. With Spain. So yeah, well, what's stopping Australia from becoming an emerging country and exploding onto the scene like Spain? I get it, Spain. They've got one of the strongest leagues in the world, of course. But I mean, once upon a time, they didn't win either. So and it wasn't that long ago. So
Well, the funny thing about the Spanish team, I'm talking about the men's team that won, and also the women's team that just won just now. More than half of the starting 11 from Barcelona.
yeah, that's just unfair.
Yeah, it's like,
It's
what
just
do you
unfair,
say
bro.
about that?
Yeah, bro.
What can you say? This
Yeah.
team right here, I'm wearing it. I'm literally wearing it.
Traitor, bro. That's what do you
Sorry.
call that? That's blasphemous almost, bro. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. You need something
alright.
green and gold,
It's alright.
mate.
Spain won the World Cup. This is the closest thing I got, all right? Basically, Barcelona won the World Cup, so I'm wearing this.
I love that kid though. What do you got on the back?
Lionel.
Bro, Lionel, man. Yeah, nah, of course. You're gonna be able to
Lionel.
give that to the grandkids, mate.
Side note, Messi won a cup in MLS. And with that cup, it was like a league cup or something, but with that trophy, he's now become the most decorated player in history.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Does the Saudi one that Ronaldo
Go
won, does
on.
that count?
It must though. It has to.
Mm.
If it has to. No. In that, using that logic.
Yeah. All right, if we're counting one, we have to count the other.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Oh, relax. I'm not saying nah, bro. Saudi League's so much tougher. Nah, not at all. Like obviously, you know what?
Well,
I don't know
one's
these
still-
days. Laporte's on his way there to
Yeah.
Al Nassr to go join him too. So who knows? In about 6 months, yeah, that league's is going to be primed and ready to go.
Yeah. Well, anyways, on the Women's World Cup, congratulations to Spain or Barcelona, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, congratulations, England. Heartbreak, but I was rooting for Spain. I can't lie. After they beat Australia, after they beat the Tillies, I was rooting for Spain.
Yeah, you got to, man. Especially the way English, behave when it comes to, their rivalries with Australia. Like they just have this thing with us. I think it started from the, when it started from like the
Ashes,
cricket, and it's
Yeah.
happened back in the day too. We haven't really come head to head with England much in recent
football,
times
no.
in football, but we did go over there back in the day when you had your big Viduka and all those boys. And they actually ended up beating them 2-0. I think it was at I can't remember now, but I think I was like 3 years old at the time. But long story short, they've always had it in for us, England. So 100%. Not saying glad they lost, like good on them for making the final, but nah, Spain, good on Spain as well. Good on the at the end of the day, sort of goes to show Barca's like philosophy as well in terms of homegrown talent and whatnot.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I think props to them.
But Premier League teams, they don't really. They'll be in the top 6 teams. You'll be lucky to get like 3 or 4 English players in the starting 11. It's mostly the bench and the squad players and the third keeper.
Quick side note: that's the reason why we're signing Johnny Evans, by the way, just so we can fill that quota. Because Phil Jones is gone now. We need someone. We need someone in there to literally like have on our list to say they're English. Like that's like. It's just
Harry
like
Maguire's still there.
I was gonna say, like, if that's the case, like, why don't we just hold on to him? Why are we letting him go? I think we're anticipating him leaving. So, well, we're anticipating it. Yeah. Things have changed, but anyway, we'll stick to Matildas for now.
But anyway, so we've got Spain, England, Sweden, Australia. Look, good on the Matildas.
Yeah,
Their best finish ever. If I'm going to be critical, I think we got outplayed humongously in against Sweden, against England, even against France, we were just lucky to hold on and then win the penalty shootout. I think we'll get it tactically. I could see that they were just running rings around us for the most part. I don't know if I want to put that down to the coach, to the manager, but it's like the good managers, when they can see they're getting outplayed, they sort of change something, they change something to try and even it out, to fight back. But I didn't see anything from him. He just kind of stuck to what they knew. And also, it was basically the same starting 11 every game. So by the end of it, they just looked dead tired. Cooked. Gone.
Yeah, they looked lackluster in that. I don't know. I think the intensity was still somewhat there against England. And I think, like you're saying, I think because they were growing increasingly fatigued, I think we needed to sort of sit back a bit.
Yeah.
And you can't, those English girls, those French girls, like they're all, man, off the like, if we were to attack and press high, those girls would just get in behind straight away and just smack us up. I feel.
Yeah, I think it's tough to say. Like you can't. It's hard to say that all of the English girls are much better quality than our girls, because like most of the Australian team plays in England with them. So
I get that.
I don't know. It's hard to put down the issue. It's even the England game. I will give it to them. They played. They tried, and a few little things go differently, and we could have easily won that game, to be honest with you. After Sam Kerr's goal, leveled at 1-1, screamer, by the way.
Oh my god, I lost it.
And after that, she had like two pretty good chances that you'd probably expect her to put away, at least one, and then you've got the keeper not collecting that goal. It's sort of, to the untrained eye, it probably looked like Ellie Carpenter's fault. I was expecting the keeper to come get that. What do you reckon?
Keeper, that's keeper's ball every day of the week.
Yeah.
Keeper should be screaming for that.
Yeah.
Like literally just like, if it doesn't even, you don't even need to be yelling like my ball. You just scream. You just make it clear that you're going for it. Like a warrior's cry, whatever you need to do, man. Whatever you need to do in order to pick up that ball. There was no communication. You saw it, man. The girls, they're looking around like, oh, where's the centre forward? We don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Who's going to deal with this ball right now?
Yeah.
There was three of them. They look like three blind women. Blind mice, sorry. So
in that situation though, Ellie Carpenter does need to clear the ball. She just kind of jumped over it, but I was, the whole time that ball was going through and they were chasing it, I was expecting the keeper to come collect that.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Arnold, West Ham's goalkeeper.
Yeah, well, I think they're going to be pretty stoked with their own keeper, if I'm honest with you, man, in terms of her efforts.
Yeah, well, I think throughout the whole tournament, she had a very good tournament. One saved a lot of penalties in that penalty shootout.
Yeah,
so as a whole, but it's just
against
in England,
though,
it's just a few little mistakes. It's like, should Carpenter have cleared that? Should the keeper have come and collected that? Should Kerr have put that goal away? Like, she had both those chances before England scored that second goal. So if she puts one of them in, the whole game goes differently.
Yeah.
Because after she missed both those chances, I think then we subbed an attacker on for one of the defenders. So we're throwing more people forward.
Yeah, well, it was
and then maybe that second goal, we've got an extra defender back and it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. No, true.
I don't know, but I'm asking questions about the coaching and the tactics, because you see that England coach,
you know more than me.
Yeah,
with this stuff, man, for sure.
That England coach, back-to-back World Cup finals, first with the Netherlands and now with England. So, like, I don't know who to blame. Let's just say, but at the end of the day, it's a team effort.
Look, again, I think when you're talking about them head to head, yeah, for sure, their standards are a lot closer than what the Australian and English men are, obviously, for a fact. But I think we needed to sort of, drop back a bit to utilize Kerr's pace too, because she's electric, man, and she can just get around anyone. Mate, she looks like in a league above like everyone else when she's like pacing for the goal. You know what I mean? When she's like really like hungry, like she looks like Messi-esque. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like just the distinction of skill. I think.
Yeah, just a level above them all.
Yeah,
you said it exactly right.
I'm not saying she's the greatest of all time. That's not what I'm saying. I just mean like in terms of just like her dribbling and like her ability to score from outside the box like that. Like she understands where she knew where the keeper was.
Yeah.
She knew where she had to hit that ball, and she just did it just right.
Yeah. Well, look, good on him. And then after that England game, that's the game against Sweden. I didn't have a lot of hope because the coach put out the exact same lineup, and I'm sure the Swedish coach was watching back that England game and just watching how he played and saw how England was able to, get around bypass our team, basically bypass the midfielders, and employed the same similar tactics, and it just worked again because we put the exact same team out, didn't change anything, and they all looked absolutely battered by the end of it. I think Kerr got a knee to the calf. Luckily, it wasn't her bad calf. It was her other one.
Thing, man.
Caitlin Ford ended up with a black eye. Oh man, it was.
I'll
tell you what. The women's game can get a lot more rough than the men's game. Honestly,
no, they were there.
I'm watching this World Cup. I'm like, they really put in tackles. Like
they were hungry. They were hungry, man. I think. Yeah, I think. Did you feel like you saw that in the group stages from them?
From Australia,
yeah.
They looked a lot more. Well, it's tough because the first 3 games actually we didn't have Kerr. The first 2 games we looked like we just lacked the ability to finish, but we looked like we had energy and everything.
Yeah.
Just struggling to finish. And then the game against Canada, that was a performance. That's where I'm like, oh, we could actually get far in this, which we got far. I'm giving it 4th.
Absolutely, mate.
Best. Like I said already, best finish we've had.
You've got to be you got to be proud of them. They did really well. At the end of the day, the 3rd place playoff game is a bit of a nothing game anyway, in my opinion. Yeah. I think in the Olympics it might be a bit different. Like there's a medal on the line, but 3rd place in a World Cup isn't worth much at all. No one remembers the team that finished 3rd. Pretty sure Switzerland. The last team I remember that finished 3rd in the World Cup was like Switzerland in like 2014 or something, and that's guessing. I'm
gonna be honest, I don't remember any. I couldn't tell you one right now.
But like at the end of the day, it's just like that's the only one, only matchup. I can't even tell you who they played either. So, but in saying that, I'm not taking away from Australia for finishing 4th either. I think it's great that we finished there because it was not unprecedented. Like Australia's skill level is very high in regards to on the international stage, but in terms of the women's, but yeah, unfortunately. Had the home crowd advantage, couldn't capitalize on it. Let's hope that in the future and the next few tournaments that they're able to now, grow the women's game. And they're announcing federal funding, I think of like north of $200 million to women's football grassroots too. So
love it.
That's huge, massive.
I just want to give a quick shout out to a player that may not have gotten a lot of coverage, a lot of headlines in the Australia team, but Kyra Cooney-Cross for me was standout player of the tournament for me.
Wow.
Ran the midfield like a Sergio Busquets, like a Andres Iniesta, just dribbling around, passing it around, what's the word? Counter pressing, like. What's the word when they press you, but you just turn out of it? It's like
you're right.
Like
just go watch the Busquets highlights. Legit. That's it.
Yeah, like Busquets, like Kovacic, like they're press resistant.
Yes.
Like just the ability to turn away and just bypass 1 or 2 defenders and then get the attack going.
They anticipate. Yeah, she obviously anticipated the ball, the press really well. And bro, you can't train that talent either.
That's the type. That's the
sixth sense.
That's the type of talent that's going for over 100 million in the Premier League right now.
Absolutely, and you guys know all about that too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, in terms of
Well,
that sort of midfielder that you need. Hang on, let's give that a bit of time. Let's give that a bit of time. But that's the side note. I'm sorry, you're triggered. You're triggered. I'm sorry.
200 million midfield.
But yeah,
Cost of penalty.
please no.
Missed a penalty.
Stop it.
We'll get there.
It's all right. We will get there. We will get there.
Anyways, yes, Kyra Cooney-Cross, my standout player of the tournament.
Yeah.
And she's only 21. So next World Cup, you never know. Ellie Carpenter's only 23, I want to say.
Wow.
Kerr's 29. So still playing at 33, possibly, maybe.
I'm not too sure in terms of longevity in the women's players. Like honestly, I'm not. Well, the US captain, would she?
Alex Morgan.
Yeah. No,
Rapierre?
Yeah. She's what, mid-30s?
I think so. I think they can.
But she's considered as one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Let's see. Like, and Kerr, it will be up there. I think.
Yeah.
I think
Depends how much she relies on her pace a lot. So we'll see how her body holds up. She got both calves got a battery.
Bruv. She only played a few games, eh?
Yeah, strained one in the lead up.
Yeah.
Played the first few games, came back slowly, and then it looks painful. Like someone tackled her, just dropped on the back of her, knee into the calf, like against the floor.
Intentional?
Well, if it was intentional, you'd go for the bad calf, wouldn't you?
Oh, you go for
the other calf.
Bro, if you're on the field and all you're thinking is calf, I'm going for it, whichever one it is.
She was essentially like crawling off the field so they could get playback going, and then she came back on.
She's a warrior.
It looked like it's just a really bad cork on the calf, which the calf hurts.
She's a proper warrior, isn't she?
Yeah.
Honestly, like to look, I don't know. I think they must have really downplayed her injury because she was supposed to come back. I get it. Like with Canada, she could have come into that game, but they already had a comfortable lead. But who knows if she ended up jumping on in that match and it was a tighter game, like that may have been in terms of the intensity and whatnot. I get it against England. Obviously, that game was pretty intense. Obviously, but at least she had a bit more time to rest. But if she came on in that game. All I'm saying is, it's like, I think Australia were pretty fortunate to get Kerr in the tournament when they did, and they'll, at least they made the luck for themselves against Canada to get her back in there and whatnot. But who knows? Maybe if they came to the final, maybe she wouldn't have lasted. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I think without her, I think against England, I don't think they would have had a chance. I think you're right in terms of tactically. Yeah, the coach, who knows who's to blame, like you said. But I feel like Kerr definitely was like the pivotal point in that squad for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing, like, I don't want to put it down to little mistakes by the players. Like, you can do that, but I just, the good managers, when they see their team getting outplayed, they change something to try and get back into the game. I feel like you changed nothing.
I feel like Kerr could have actually played on the right because I feel like their left back, England's left back, she was getting rinsed by it, like by Rasso. Yeah. Like, why aren't you putting Kerr on that side? Why isn't she on that side? Like, she could have, did you notice, like, the last 20 minutes, every opportunity basically came from that side, like main opportunity. There were opportunities in which Kerr was on the left and she was cutting in and making the most of it, but she scored a goal running through the middle to the right side.
Yeah, it's true.
So, well, I saw that happening, and I was at Amy Park, and I was yelling like at the screen. I was by myself too, by the way. Yeah. Like I was looking around. Everyone's like, "This guy's a madman," but I was just like, "What are you doing?" With, like, you're right. I think tactically it could have been better, for sure.
Yeah. But anyways, congratulations to the Tillies on getting that far. New record for how far we can go. Hopefully, we can go further next World Cup. But anyways, and congratulations to Spain again.
Yeah, good on him.
And good on England for getting that far. But it's not coming home.